Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would thank you for tuning in for another edition of Truthbuster News. It is September 14, 2017, and I'm your host, Truthbuster. And I'm coming before you this evening with a dire warning. Something you should take heart to and hear what I have to say. This isn't propaganda. This isn't conspiracy. This isn't some made-up bullshit. This is reality. Now, you may or may not be aware of the events that occurred today. But if you're not and haven't paid attention, like most of America doesn't, or if you have heard about it, you only hear one side, the propaganda side, and not the actual truth. And the propaganda being pushed by the mainstream, corporate ran, bullshit, lying, scandalous, deceitful media. So I'm going to cut to the point. What happened today was that there was another missile launched over Japan by Kim Jong-un. Now, it's been all over mainstream media. I heard about it a few hours ago. You might be asking yourself, why would Kim Jong-un be shooting missiles over Japan, since he has threatened on multiple occasions to turn the U.S. into ash, to utterly destroy it in one form of rhetoric or another. Because North Korea is a proxy of China. For months we've been hearing the provocative rhetoric on both from Korea and Kim Jong-un's regime and the United States. But the bottom line is why they have been doing it over Japan. And Kim Jong-un knows this. But at the end of the Korean War, the U.S. and Japan signed a mutual security pact. And in that pact, it states that Japan is not allowed to involve itself in any kind of conflict with its military. It is not to advance its military, technologically wise speaking, or build it up or expand it. And it was signed in 1960, 47 years ago. It was talked about and put into works and negotiated and finalized from 51 until 60. And that's when it was put into declaration. And that's why we have troops along the coastal area region of Japan, in Okinawa and other places in the South Pacific. For that very reason, we offer protection of outside source threats to Japan. And it led up to, with the world being scared shitless when they detonated the Hiroshima hydrogen bomb during World War II. So Kim Jong-un knows that. He knows that they cannot act upon a threat. So he's using it to his advantage to push how far he can go before action is taken against him. But see, it's going to be it's possibly preemptive on both parties. Because see, some could take to what Kim Jong-un is doing as preemptive, even though he hasn't landed anything on a target as of yet. But who knows? Will the U.S. do anything? Who knows? Because North Korea is a proxy for China. They're allies. China isn't doing nothing about it. It's part of the agenda. It's part of the plan. See, China owns 90% of the natural resources in this land. They bought it all up through treasury bonds. They bought treasury bonds and other things of items of value. China owns our debt. And I've heard the talk that if Donald Trump does a preemptive strike, he will be nothing short of a warmonger. He will lose all his credibility, what he has left, and they will throw him out. You know, it's interesting that the action that has been taken against Kim Jong-un is in the form of sanctions. There's been, if you notice, almost every time he has launched a missile is because there has been outside action against him. As of today, the UN passed sanctions, more sanctions on North Korea. And what was the reaction? Kim Jong-un launched another missile. And now, on another note, we have South Korea, who has made pleas with the White House to have nuclear weapons so they can defend themselves against North Korea. Seen it early on Verge this afternoon. I'll read the article for you quickly. Well, what do you know? It's not there. Excuse me for 1 minute, please. I'm sorry about this. I can't seem to find it. It's no longer on the rise for some reason. But the article said that the South Korean president, Moon Jae-in, has been trying to negotiate a deal with America to obtain nuclear-capable weapons to ward off attacks from the North Korean regime. And what's interesting to me, okay, I can see the argument, but South Korea is a UN member, a member of the UN. Now, we all know the dirty work of the UN, of how evil and corrupt they are, how they carry out their policy and their agendas throughout the world, US included. And since they're a UN member, they also do work with the IMF and the International Bank of Settlements as financial investors for their country. Now, it's been known that there was a list of countries in the world that the IMF and International Bank of Settlements did not have any kind of dealing with at all whatsoever. And over the last 5-6 years, that list has grown shorter. But there are only 3 left. Iran, Russia, and North Korea. That will have nothing to do with the International Bank of Settlements or the International Monetary Fund. So the South works with the IMF and the International Bank of Settlements. So you gotta think, is this thing that they're working out, this agreement, this negotiative deal with the U.S. to obtain nuclear weapons, is it part of the agenda? It very well could be, because you could have the IMF and the banks are elite whispering in their president's ear, do this, we'll help you more, we'll give you more. We want control of North Korea. We want their resources. Do what you can to get it. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Think on that for a minute. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please share my video so others can know what is going on. With all this craziness that is unfolding, that is going on, you have to prepare. Preparation is key. And also get right with God. Make sure you're spiritually prepared as well. God bless. Be safe. Survive another day. Prepare, prepare, prepare.